darling of the mother Devaki, the destroyer of the demons Kamsa and Chanura, and the Guru of the entire universe. We salute him again and again. Om, peace, peace, peace. So we are continuing the conversation. Sukadev is giving the instruction, and it is the book number 7, chapter 11, and we start the first verse of the 11th chapter of book 7. Now, Sri Shuka said, Shuka said, that Yudhishthira was delighted to hear the story of Prahlada and the prince among devotees and the peak among great men, and a story that had received respectful recognition in the assemblies of holy men. He then put more questions to Narada. So there's a conversation. The Shukadeva said, he is narrating the story that Yudhishthira was delighted when he heard the story of the Prahlada and his devotion and how God appeared and how he caused the destruction of the demon Kamsa, and he was established as the king of his father's place to rule the country. And hearing this, Yudhishthira was very happy because he was asking to know about Bhagavan's glory. And then he heard about Prahlad and the story he received, and he was so very interested that he put more questions to Narada about Prahlada and his philosophy of devotion. So Yudhishthira said, O worshipful one, Sukadev, he is talking to Sukadev, I wish to know about the eternal religion of man. So I wish to know the eternal religion of man, together with the practices of the ways of life according to the laws of varnas and ashramas. So it's a big question. Yudhishthira is a person who is always following dharma, righteousness, and he is willing to learn from Narada that I wish to know about the eternal religion. What is called the eternal religion? Eternal religion means which is for everyone, irrespective of any, irrespective of any varna and ashrama. Ashrama means 4 ashramas. What are 4 ashramas? You know? Yes, you know. Student life, brahmacharya, garhastha, household life, vanaprastha, retired life, monastic life. These are the 4 ashramas. And varnas, Brahmin, the warrior group, Kshatriya, Shudra, the working class, and the business class, merchant class. These are the 4 varnas. In the society, any society you can find this. But best society is that where everyone does their own dharma. A student's dharma. Married person performing his duty for the family and the society, honest living, honest earning. And then retired life, seeing the life, lying for the higher goal of life, and ultimately detaching themselves for God and God alone, renouncing everything. These are the 4 principles in the society. If people follow that in one life, they can travel to the truth step by step. And also, in society, everyone is born with tendencies. Some may be Brahminic tendencies, like more of worship and prayer and bhajan and kirtan and singing. Some are apt to do little Kshatriya, warrior. He likes fighting, and so fighting for the cause of protection of the country, protection of the innocent. That is the duty of the Kshatriya. If the Kshatriya performs his duty, the king is Kshatriya. King's responsibility is to look at the good of the society, good of every person, so everyone be happy, everyone have good health, food, nourishment, and love among themselves. So that is the duty of the Kshatriya. So Brahmin performs Brahmin's dharma, Kshatriya, the warrior or the rulers, they follow their principles. Like that, then business person does honest business. There are business, many types of business, but honest business. That is the honest business person's dharma. So if he follows that, and the working class people, they are not skillful. They don't have to have high philosophy or anything. They're good at doing physical work and they have to prepare road, building, construction. The whole city is built by the labor of them. So these are the called four varnas and these are called four ashramas. So he says that what is I want to know the eternal religion, wherever you may be. But you can follow the eternal religion. It matters little whether you are a Brahmin or you are a warrior born in warrior home or you are a business person's skill, but whatever it may be. But there is some eternal, absolute following of principles, eternal religion. I want to know that. That is the question of Yudhishthira. By means of which, why this eternal religion? That religion, if one follows, by following that, one will attain knowledge and devotion. He will attain perfection. He will attain love for God. He will attain the full experience of God. So matters little if he is born. It doesn't matter whether you are to born in Brahmin family only. Even born in any family, any level, if you do your perfect dharma and principle and follow the eternal religion, you will be liberated at the end. Whatever ideal society, that was the society India survived for thousands and thousands of years. And that is the principle for every idealistic religion, idealistic life. You are the son of Brahma, O Narada. Please, you know everything. Please tell me, O Narada, you are the son of Brahma. And among his sons, you are the one who is noted for austerity, practice of concentration, perfection in spiritual communion. So you are great in these skills and practices, austerity and meditation. Concentration means meditation, and perfection in spiritual communion means your mind is always tuned to God. The saving truth is known only to holy personages like you who are devoted to Narayana. So your mind and heart is all dedicated to God, Lord Narayana. So the saving truth, the ultimate truth, is only known by those whose heart and soul goes to God and God alone, Narayana, and who are endowed with universal benevolence and perfect tranquility of the mind, whose mind is tranquil and whose behavior is who are endowed with universal benevolence, benevolent nature and perfect tranquility of the mind. So you are all this, please teach us. O Narada, you are the son of Brahma, you know all this eternal philosophy. So what is that eternal religion which is to be followed by everyone? And whatever may be the Varna and Ashrama. This is this wonderful scientific system of the society. When it is lost, that country loses its all integrity and people become unhappy, all outgoing, and a mess of everything. But when it is set in order, ideal society, ideal, everywhere the people will find a perfected character, good, noble character. Hearing this, Narada said, saluting the Supreme Being who, God, Lord, the birthless one, and the teacher of the worlds, I shall expound to you eternal religion of man as I heard it from Lord Narayana himself. So I am saluting. It's not, see, here is the question. I'm not ego. I know everything. I will teach you. No, such a humility. He is a sage Narada. He knows, expert in devotion, is the epitome of love for God. He saluted Lord Narayana, and then he says that I will expound how much I know. I have listened from God, Lord Narayana himself. He told me. So I am just going to narrate. It is not my saying, but I am what I learned from Narayana. I am going to tell you. Incarnating himself by a part of his as Naranarayana, the son of Dharma Prajapati by his wife Maruti. He is to this day staying at Badarik Ashram, performing austerities for the good of the world. But he says, the incarnating himself as a part of his, that the Lord Narayana, a portion of his personality or a reality, what you call stature, it came down as Naranarayana. Naranarayana means, who is Naranarayana? Narayana in the form of Nara. So that Naranarayana, who is the son of Prajapati, the son of Brahma Prajapati. He is to this day is staying in a holy place. Where is that place? Badarik Ashram, a place where he is now as Naranarayana. He is staying over there and performing austerities for what? For the good of the world. So Bhagavan, God, Lord Narayana, a portion of him who is called Naranarayana, he came down and he is in the Badarikashram, the holy place Badarikashram, and he is still now there and doing austerities and practice for not for his own salvation, but for the good of the whole world. The powerful, the worshipful Hari, the supreme embodiment of the divinities, is the source of dharma. So, Hari, the Lord, whom you all worship, God, Lord, is the supreme embodiment of divinity, greatest divinity manifested in him. He is the Lord, we call Lord Hari, we call Lord Narayana. He is the source of all dharma. If we hold to God, then we become dharmic. Dharma, Dhridhatman, that which holds us. The holds, one who holds to God, that is the person. That is the person who is called the Hari. So the worshipful Hari, the supreme embodiment of all divinities, is the source of all dharma. Also, what has been given out by men of spiritual illumination, established in the supreme truth, is considered as authority. So the Lord God, the supreme embodiment of all divinities, he is the source of dharma. Therefore, a person, what is right dharma? Holding on to him is the right dharma. That's one point. And also, what has been given out by men of spiritual illumination, the people of spiritually illumined souls who are living in the world but thinking of God and attain perfection, illumined persons. The spiritual illumined, they have established in the truth, supreme truth, they are considered as authority. What they say, society should follow. The realized people, the experienced people, who have no self-motivation, who are only in the supreme knowledge they are established. So they are the people whom will be authority. By practice of this dharma, man attains peace. So I am going to tell you that dharma, which is established by God, Lord himself, and those followed by the people of pure nature and perfected, and they have validated. Authority means they have validated in their life. So that is they call eternal religion. And that I shall now going to speak. By the practice of that dharma, what happens? Why you are asking eternal religion? That dharma, by practicing that dharmic path, one becomes what? One becomes the peace, attains ultimate peace. So, eighth verse. The practice of the following 30 virtues and disciplines is a common dharma of mankind. Now, Hinduism, that's why very difficult to Hindu to go with a sword in hand to even protect himself. Everything is so much dharma, 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 dharma. Everyone can do something else, but you should not do that. You are following dharma. Or other people are doing wrong, and in the name of dharma, it is not dharma. This, see, eternal dharma is this 32 minimum qualities are necessary. We cannot remember the 32. 32 names of the qualities we cannot remember. But a dharmic person should have all these 32 qualities.
But dharma is not same as religion also.
Dharma is another meaning is religion, but religion is religion of love, because religion of truth. What is religion? Religion is not falsehood. People in the name of religion, they do whatever they like to do. But religion is that holding that to God or the disciplines. There are virtues, following 30 virtues and disciplines in common dharma of mankind. Those qualities, when he is manifesting, proves that he is a dharmic person. Not saying I am a Hindu, I am a Hindu dharma, not that I am Islam. Nothing. Fundamental quality should be to be a dharmic, whether you follow the path of any religion, Hindu, Muslim, Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, matters little. But it should be 30 characteristics will manifest in your life. That should be the fundamental one. These are what? First point, truth. First point is that one dharma. I can cheat, I can do all types of nonsense things and prove that I am a dharmic. It will not work. First point is truth. Satya. Satyam daya tapashaucham titiksha iksha samodama ahimsa brahmacharya cha tyagaha sadhayo arjavam baba santosa samudrik seva gramme ho paramo sanai ninam viparjayet iksha maunam atmo vimarsanam. Baba, 30 qualities are necessary. But you become spiritual, you become, forget about anything. You are following, these are characteristics of every individual who want to live the life of spiritual life. Fundamental point. Not you are not saying that you have attained Brahman and etc. Although those high sounding words does not matter. Our problem is that we talk high sounding word and we don't follow the basic things. What are the basic things? These are the satyam, truth. I can give a big whole talk on truth. How truthfulness, how Ramakrishna was truthful, how Ramakrishna's father was truthful. He's a poor Brahmin, very simple living day and night. Brahmin quality. What is the Brahminic quality? He will hold on to truth. Fundamental point. Yes, when the landlord told his Ramakrishna's father, Khudiram, that, okay, Khudiram, you are an honest person. I am in a lawsuit. If you be my witness, then what will happen? You say, I'm right. Then I will win the case. So, and if I do that, I will give you a plot of land and more. And I mean, it is a martly living. He said, no, sir, I cannot do that. What? I am the landlord and you cannot do that. And then, no, But he didn't agree. Then he said, I get out of your house. Homeless. Then Khudiram, elder brother, was born. Then was Khudiram with his wife, his elder son, and our daughter, all, and took away all the gods and goddesses in the cloth like that. Nothing, no possession, nothing. Just loaded and just sat under the tree. Where shall I go now with the whole family? He had the courage to embrace the suffering for truth. That's why God, Lord, appeared in his home. That's called the Satyanishta. One character. He says that's why don't talk of religion. My religion right, your religion right. First, who is speaking? Question. Are you truthful? Honest? First quality, truthful, santosha. Satyam, truthful. Then, daya. You should have compassion. Compassion or feeling for others. Anyone suffering anyway, you should be full of love and compassion. You are brutal. You take a sword in hand and cut the other's throat, and you say you are religious, you are spiritual. Eternal religion, this is the eternal, fundamental of eternal religion. Then daya, tapaha. Are you austere? Do you do austerity, fasting, and japa and meditation? Do you do this austerity? Tapa. Shoucham, purity. Are you pure in body, mind, in thinking, in thought, in intellectual understanding? Crookedness, have you avoided it? You are trying to be a spiritual person, religious person. Get out of the door, get out of the hall. So this is the very fundamental principles of Hinduism. All, not Hinduism, but it is for all humanity. Shoucham is purity. Titiksha, forbearance. Forbear. We are talking about forbearance, no? This Sunday lecture. Huh? Little, but intolerant. Little in something happens, we become very intolerant. Huh? Someone says one word, I immediately become reactionary, and with a fist I go to hit him. Huh? Why? Forbear. Holy Mother said forbearance, no? Saw, three S's is there in Bengali or Sanskrit. Saw, Sha, Sha. Huh? That means endure in your life. How many difficulties you will have. Okay, it will pass. Have the strength within. It will pass. Truth will win. Honesty will win. So having that type of faith inside, endure. Not foolishly enduring. Trinadapi, Trinadapi, Trinadapi Shunicho. You look at the Trina. Trina means the grass. Grass is standing straight up. Anyone puts his feet, it bends down. You go out, again he stands up. If he has the courage to stand up, if the big trees are standing up, you put your little feet, it will not have any effect. But it will be soft like that. The forbearance. Soishnu. Toru, it endures so much of hardship. Hot summer, no rain, survival is difficult. You see in the preview, you go to our parking lot, little how in the two cracks, one grass is trying to raise their life. How much endurance. Tarori, forbearance. Titiksa, then forbearance, discrimination, analyze pros and cons, right and wrong, unreal, real, all this. Control of the mind. That's a whole life struggle. Who is following that? Always every day sitting 3 times, 4 times, 10 times, 20 times. Not that every time you should sit for 1 hour, for 5 minutes, for 2 minutes. Just to go back to own self. Little bit in between. So that's that control of the mind. Control of the senses. I like to eat. Okay, tongue likes I would eat. I don't want to see. I like to go there. No, stop. I will control. I will tell mind, you see this, mind will see. So self-control, control of the senses. Avoidance of the inflicts of pain on others as much as possible, not to hurt anyone by our thought, word, and deed. Then continence, yes, celibacy or continence, brahmacharya is a very important vow. Our Patanjali Yoga says, and it is Bhagavat says that means honesty and purity of life. Charity. Yes, people is not born for himself. You are not born for your every morsel of food you take. You have to keep something for others also. In Hindu tradition, in every home that was a tradition. They used to keep some uh, when they cook meal. As we cook meal for our account, how many people we are, that much food I will do. Huh? But in Indian families in early days, it was the tradition. They will cook and keep extra some 2 4 people to come as guest. But their meal is a part of our life. So that, and in olden days it was like that. The grandma and others, they will be not eating unless some guest comes in the home. And how we feel disturbed if some guest comes in our group. Oh my God, again one has come. But our scripture says, Otithi Devo Bhava. Let guest be your God. In each home, it is not the charity center. It is not a center of spiritual institution where they're feeding people, homeless people. It is not like that. It is every home had a responsibility to feed. That's why there is no person who is unfed. There's a beautiful country, India. One person is walking around in the street, taking God's name, being a monk. He'll not knock at any door, they will give you some food. But here you go and knock any door, they will call police. Mm. Ah, so that, but society was set in that way, and that's called the dharmic society, a society of religious society. Scriptural study, every house there should be, everyone should study scripture. And that's a philosophy of life. Why we are born from the very childhood. You do not know the meaning. Even now, you go to South India and other areas, they are chanting Vishnu Sahasranam or this. The children does not understand anything, but they will have to chant. They have to learn, and they learn. Every child learns this highest mantra, Sahasra, Sisha, Purusha, all this Vishpurusha Sukta and this, all these verses from the childhood, is it not? Mom is doing, dad is doing this. So small child learns like that. And what we learn here? Hey, don't drink, don't go to drug. He, and what is this one? That is called the a society, ideal society, dharmic society. What a peaceful society. And the child learning from this child, very basic growth period, all the Vedic chanting, does not understand, but it resonates in the heart, no? The tune, the note, the purity of the Sanskrit verses. As you read Bhagavad Gita and others, see how you feel. So the child is getting that advantage. That's the ideal family containing that. That is the eternal religion. And does not mean who will be doing in India or not in Russia or in Ukraine or in Poland or in Hungary or anywhere. It is universal for all humanity. Scriptural study. Integrity of life. Yeah. That should be form characteristic of a human personality, not just swinging from one to other just for selfish motive to fulfill. Contentment, keep the mind contented, we talk about. And service of holy men. That's why in India, that is a different attitude. That time has changed and the things are changing. But it is the service of holy men with a great, great blessings. People used to think, take the opportunity, who can serve? In a family now, it happens that old age people, there is nobody to take care in this country. And India also, it is following the same footsteps. But it was the what traditional rule that no old age people will feel lonely. Their service, and the son is give up his everything to serve his mom and dad, ailing father, ailing mother before their passing away. And they give up everything, and they also got the same way. Their children, that the same tradition they continue. So it says there's service and service of the holy men, those who are holy people, spiritual people. By serving them, you get more spiritual benefit. Huh? Whatever you learn by reading your books, if you have the opportunity to serve many holy men, you will gain much more spirituality than that. Their grace, their compassion, their love unendingly flows like that. So those who are, see, Birajananda Maharaj was in the last days of his, and in Belur Math, I heard from Sruddhananda Swami and others, those who are attendants, day and night serving when he is leaving his body. Like Swami Brahmananda is very popularly known. Swami Brahmananda, before he's leaving the body, they leave the body with full consciousness. They are aware that they're leaving the body. Then called all the disciples one by one. And he told, Swami Shankarananda, he told last, my son, Ami, Omi or Omu, whatever. Amullo was his name. Maharaj used to call very lovingly Ami. My son Ami, you have served me so much. I also bless you that you realize Brahman. And he attained Brahmagyan. Where you get Brahmagyan? By simply serving a holy man with all honesty and without any ungrudging attitude. We serve anyone and we get irritated. Hey, I told him he does not do it. Hey, I told him he does not want it. No, it is your duty to serve, and you serve on his condition, not your condition. That's why. See, the Swami Nirvanananda, he was not an intellectually spiritual, highly scholarly person. He has read this book, the Brahma Sutra, that. He has no chance. He used to always be with Maharaj, and Maharaj in a spiritual mood, he say, hey, I like to have some, I am hungry, feed me something. Hari, he may be in the trouble. He will have to carry all these stove in those days. Stove, kerosene oil, then what you call maida, flour, ghee, and potatoes. Cut it in a spot. He will have to do within half an hour. You have to feed him. And he will have to do luchi.
This is for whom?
Brahmananda, for Brahmananda Maharaj. His disciple, Swami Nirvanananda, Surji Maharaj. Surji Maharaj was attendant. And so he will have to, within half an hour, luchi, fried luchi with potato curry, etc., etc. And all the ingredients in his bag, he's carrying like a backpack. Wherever he moves, his mood will be there. I'm hungry now, feed me something, and I want to eat this. And he will have to immediately. And he did it diligently, day and night, wherever he went. And lastly, he said, my child, you have served this body so much. What can I give? I bless you. You will attain Brahmagyan. You are getting Brahmagyan by serving that. So,
but I have noticed that it is not that difficult usually, because when you serve that high source, that all the items are already there. When you want to serve, you see those items mother is sending, and your job is just to offer there.
Again, no. Items may be there, but within half an hour in a journey, you make a stove. Those cook, they know to make luchi and aludam at that half an hour time in the road journey. You have to collect material is not congenial in your stove is ready, pot is there, pan is there, he's carrying in that way, and in the middle of nowhere, it's a very serious one. But yes, God helps them because his sincerity and also. But question is not whatever, those may be whatever happens. Point is that the service attitude of the person who is serving holy man. And holy man serving is very difficult. You incur rather wrong things. You create anger in them, frustration in them. then you get a negative effect. Instead of getting the blessings, you get irritation. And most of the places it happens. Most of the attendants are most difficult people. They control the boss everywhere. No, no. So, one of our great President Maharaj used to say, now I have become controlled by my attendant. When he will come, he will ask me to do this, I'll have to do that. If I say no, no, this is your time, you will have to do this. So that means, no, that I understand. Medicine and other things are there, which they insist, the doctor has said, you will have to do this. That's a wonderful one side. But in addition, they feel little constant. Anyhow, point is that serving with proper attitude. Yeah, that is the point. A holy person, mere serving, no service of holiness. Gradual withdrawal from works and rituals with selfish motives. The withdrawal from the work is selfish motives. I want this, stop it, reduce it. But I am assigned to do that is Lord's work. So my ego, everyone is happy with his egoistic work. No? I like this and I can do it. But I don't like that. So it's very difficult. But no, spiritual life is not like that. Whatever is given to you, you work. Whatever duty comes in front of life, perform that perfectly. And give it to God. Give it to God. Give it, that's Niskam idea. And the whole world is fighting for his own selfish intentions. They do not. From the highest ruler, president, down to any person, what is the motivation? Their own will. I want this. I want to satisfy this. This is my way. I think it is right. So, no, it is the divine will. So it is given to me. I am doing that. So, egoless work. And that's the philosophy of Karma Yoga. Selfish motives and withdrawal from that type of work. That means you cannot withdraw from that. Your motivation, your mind will be withdrawn. Rather, do with unselfish mood. Preparedness to meet failures of plans and face disappointment. Always we think, I'll be successful. I'll be successful. No. Make your mind ready. How practical. Make your mind ready, preparedness to meet failures of plans. You have planned something. It fails. And I'll face disappointment. Okay, I accept it. I tried my best. It didn't work. I am happy. That is called spirituality. So these characteristics, 30, here Bhagavat is giving 30 characteristics of a person who is following eternal religion. These characters should manifest in the life of a person. But really, can we do every point thinking this way, thinking that way? All these 30 points, whole life will go away, no? To be steadfast in one goal, not to be get disappointed even in failures, or to be excited in achievement, or truthfulness. So all this can be practiced one item. Today I do practice truthfulness. Tomorrow I practice the charity. Third day I practice this. Where shall I go? No, you love God, and you will see this. All these characteristics will be spontaneously manifesting. The beauty of this is this. But we should know. I can judge myself whether I am following the path of religion, eternal religion, or not. I can understand. These characteristics are blossoming. Then they see in a flower how it happens. Then a bird comes, and it gradually blossoms. No, and when it blossoms, you can see all the characteristics: the color, the fragrance, the expansion, number of leaves. Everything comes out. So loving God will make all this flourish. But at the same time, it is a checklist. There is checklist for our own spiritual growth. Am I tick mark this 30 point? Is it little I'm moving towards perfection on these points or not? Then We have to be careful about that and guard against that for our spiritual growth. So preparedness to meet failures of plans and face disappointment. Avoidance of too much speech. Bug, 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 bug. No, but bug, bug means if you talk mundane talks. If you talk about God, it is not objectionable. Ramakrishna used to tell all day and night, God, 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 God. Not that, but mundane talks. In the Vaishnava literature, it is said, কি আছে গ্রাম্য কথা না বলিবে গ্রাম্য বার্তা না শুনিবে গ্রাম্য কথা গ্রাম্য কথা মানে mundane talks, worldly talks, meaningless talks না কহিবে, don't say. গ্রাম্য বার্তা, the gossip, then mundane stories না শুনিবে, don't hear. ভালো না খাইবে, don't eat delicious foods because tongue. ভালো না খাইবে, ভালো না পরিবে, don't dress gorgeous dress, always beautiful dress. Yeah, now you live in a society, we should be gentleman like, but it should not be always dress.
How about rag jeans of brand name? Brand name jeans, but they wear the ragged one and like that. So
That's a design.
Good or bad?
That's a design value. We used to think in India when that type of dress I saw in Calcutta and other areas, I thought we poor people in our country, they cannot afford. So they are really so poor that one pant goes for years and years and it becomes ragged like that. And they're cutting a new pant with so much price and ragged like that. What is this? That's a designer value. That has a prestige in that. I was surprised that in India, poor people, maybe one table, they're using for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, one table. That's why we are not for change too much. But American culture is change. Oh, this is the, send it, but it's another one. Those rag is bad. Oh, put it another rag. Ready? 10 years has happened. Whatever 10 years, it is continuing. Is it bad? But it is for craze to change always new things. Yeah. So the table here is antique. You bring a table 100 years used, then we throw away in the garbage. But this it is an antique. It will cost $10,000. Yeah, in Santa Barbara, I went to one home. They took us for a lunch. The table was here is some hole there. Normally, we are not habituated to have any breakfast or anything that type of here hole there. They're dirt. It is all antique table. Antique table, and the table cost $10,000. Oh my God. We in India full of antique. So this is antique value. Anyhow, so he says that avoidance of too much speech and don't talk too much, and self-criticism. Practice self-criticism. I am judging you, and what about me? Most of the people do try to see the fault in others, that part which he is doing more. If he is arrogant person, he will see arrogance in everyone. You are arrogant. You are your this. But without noticing that arrogance is here more. Holy Mother said, why do you see bad in others unless you have bad in yourself? So self-analysis. You judge yourself. Really, is it genuine? Yeah, maybe genuine. But is it genuine or because it is my imperfection? So that idea of avoidance, the self-criticism. Giving food to others, living beings, according as they deserve, giving some food. Food means not only physical food, other things also. Spiritual food, intellectual food, emotional food, no? According as they need, as they are in need of. Suppose someone is hungry, if you give some little food, that will be service to him. But if he is not physically hungry, but mentally hungry for some disappointment, for something, you have to give that type of food to that person. If you give a physical something will not do. We're spiritually hungry, so you should have to serve that way. That means that is the best offer service as they deserve. Seeing the Lord in all beings, Baba. Seeing the Lord and when I practice every day to see that my Lord is everywhere, God is everywhere, I'm serving God. Special perception of divinity in man. Yes, God is everywhere, but God is more present in human beings because there is the greater expression of knowledge, wisdom, etc. And the practice of the highest way of life, restored by devoted men, consisting in hearing, hymning, remembrance, worship, salutation, dedication of all actions, friendship, and complete self surrender, all done with reference to the Supreme Being. So, special perception of divinity in man and the practice of highest way of life restored by the devoted man. So, practice the path as the highest people, spiritual people, have done in their life, follow their path. That's why we always follow. Say Ramakrishna, Vivekananda, Holy Mother, we talk about that, Ramana Maharshi, or talking about Rama, Krishna, their path, Christ, Buddha, their path. So who is following that and consisting how you follow? By hearing, chanting, remembering, worshipping them, saluting them, dedicating all our actions to them. This is the way you this practice this the way how to follow the path of spirituality. Now those people who have attained the illumination, perfection, we follow their path, and their path devoted by constantly hearing of the glories of your chosen ideal, hearing, chant the glories of them, remember now and then Krishna, 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 Ma, whatever. Worship, you do worship to them. They are all part of your following the holy men. Salutation and surrender and dedication of all action or everything you do, offer it to your beloved Lord. And friendship and complete surrender, all done with reference to the Supreme Being. So these are the 30 qualities of duties in life. That now is the question. How to follow that, as I said, not that you will remember 30 points. Buddhism has been made all very much regimented by this way. All the points, how you stand up, there is a rule. How you sit, there is a rule. How you take a glass of water, how you are mindful for doing this. So many rules. To remember the rule book, you need another computer. But what can be done? Same. The last line is in all done with reference to the Supreme Being. If you do everything to please God, Lord, Narayana, in Saguna or Nirguna aspect, then all these will automatically come up in the life. And equally it will manifest all round. That's why you call all round development. All round development. Now it will talk about these duties and livelihood of Varnas. Varnas means, as I said, four Varnas. What are they? Brahmin, warrior, Kshatriya, Vaishya, business people, and daily work, what you call physical labor and manual work, etc. Those who have not high intelligence need not have to go to high
Blue
philosophy.
collar.
Huh?
Blue collar.
Blue color.
Blue collar.
Oh, blue collar. Yeah, no, not that way the society looks up to them as working class people. Those who actually, upon whom depends all this prosperity of the country. Building, road, any construction, any uh, design engineers are doing, who work for them. Yeah, physical farmers also. So these are the duties will come. But I have only 5 minutes. There's no use in going into it. But we'll see there is a footnote that way. A dija, first they're talking about Brahmin. A dija means twice born. One born out of mother, and another time they get a sacred thread. As we get in our tradition, we get the mantra, diksha, that's called twice born. Or sometimes they say when they get brahmacharya initiation in our tradition, they call second born. A dija or a twice born is a person for whom all the 16 purificatory rites have been done without a break from time of conception and who is designated by that name in the Veda. What is Veda? There is a footnote. From this is to be understood that it is not mere birth that makes one a member of the Vedic Varna or Brahmin. That has become though. Brahmin's son is called Brahmin. But it is not really meant like that. It should not be meant like that. Kshatriya, Vaishya and Sudra, not by birth. It is performance of the sanskaras or purificatory rites that marks one's soul. The rites are meant to make the body and mind of the individual fit for grasping and practicing high ideals. So the Hindus have so many sanskaras. As the sanskaras have been either as the sanskaras here been either given up or reduced to an apology for them, Borno has disappeared as an organized and distinguishable social form. The modern caste system of India should never be identified with the Borno system, in which man's gunas, the constituent nature, and karma are the clue to his Borno. So, what makes you a Brahmin? Not that Brahmin's boy will be a Brahmin. Brahmin's boy may be very apt in his quality and tendency to be a fighter. So he can go to there. He is not a Brahmin, he is a Kshatriya. And another in Kshatriya we heard, Asura's family, Prahlada was born, and Prahlada was not Asura. He is by guna and karma, his quality and his action. He is more than a devotee. He's Brahmin, more than a Brahmin. So that's why this Ramakrishna order in our Vedanta society, that is the greatest example is given here now in the present days. We are all Brahmins. We call the sannyasis, those who take sannyas. The day they join, the society respects them. Oh, they are sadhus, they are holy men. The sadhus, that's why seeing a sadhu, even the greatest person of the society bows down their head. For what? Not for the boy, not for the girl, but for the vows they have taken, the values they have taken. So therefore, guna and karma, because of their guna, quality, Brahminic quality, meditation, service, pure, we have heard all these values. His embodiment of all these good qualities and dedication, renunciation, detachment, love for humanity, service to others, forget his selfish motivation. That's why he is called Brahmin. So they respect everyone, whoever join as a monk, even in India, wandering monk. Just he is wandering when people, they have nothing in their possession. But the richest person, the most educated person will touch their feet. Whom they are respecting? They are respecting with this renunciation. That quality, because he is showing a little bit of renunciation, may not be fully, just an outside expression of that. People respect that. That is, guna and karma is very important. Are you a Brahmin? Are you a sannyasi? By guna and karma. What your action and what is your quality, inherent samskaras, not by birth. But India is suffering for hundreds of years because of this misconception. And the people of the, those who are power mongering people, they utilize this force. Okay? So not by guna karma, Gita says, Chatur Varnang Maya Srishtam. I have created 4 categories of Varna. What? Chatur Varnang Maya. Guna, karma, vibhagata. According to the division of their quality of thinking and their karma they perform. Guna, karma, vibhago. I have created 4 class distinction. Class is not good or bad. All are serving God. Yeah? There are so many stories in Indian spiritual tradition that people are not careful about anything. Any Varna, butcher, BHagavatam, the butcher, he became a guru. He's a knower of truth. He didn't stop his butcher work. It's apparently a mean work. You are killing animal and selling that meat to other people. What type of spiritual people is Sattika? Is he Sattika? Yes, he is Sattika. He's performing his duties. Born in that kalk and his nature is like that. But he's dedicating to God. And he became a teacher of the ascetics, Bhagavad. So there are many examples of women of a low caste, Savari, her name, we respectfully, because she was born in a tribal family and none cared for. She is capable of realizing God. So this is the capacity to know in every phase of life one can come out. Brahmin can be realized so. Equally, warrior can be Janaka. Janaka is warrior, not only warrior, he's the king. He's ruling the whole country. Perfection. At the same time, he is a Brahmagani. So this knowledge is not restricted to your caste-born system, but it is the quality-born system. That's why in our order, we don't discriminate anyone. You come from Jewish background, you come from Islam background, you come from Christian background, you come from Hindu background, Brahmin background, or outcast background from the societal point. You come, you love God, must come here. This is the greatness of the original eternal religion. Why Vedanta society is considered, we proclaim it is eternal religion. And at least that is the practice. It is a revolution in the present system of spiritual tradition in India. Sri Ramakrishna had made that tremendous revolution. Vivekananda, Holy Mother. Okay. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So at 7:30 we'll meet again with our study of Seta Setara Upanishad. Thank you. We ended at verse number